it doesn't matter. You can still be private. Just make yourself known in some way, somehow. And if you want any tips and tricks on that, we'll be talking about that today as well. Or you can actually DM me at Skylant Shore on Twitter. Definitely help you out. But yeah, actually, if anybody else wants to talk about their experience of how to get into crypto, Dr. Kapil, I see that you're actually here. If you just want to shout out, say some words and things, hey, we're here. It's casual.
Oh, that's great. So I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name's Dr. Kapil Amarasinga. In real life, I'm an emergency medicine consultant, but one of my, a big hobby, but my second career, I'd call it, is as an advisor to a privacy project in the cryptocurrency space called the Particl project. Now, it's interesting that you're talking about ways to make money in cryptocurrency, certainly from a professional point of view. I think one of the overlooked areas certainly is e-commerce. The Particl project, which is particl.io, they've actually built a privacy-first, KYC-free, eBay-style marketplace where anyone can be a buyer, anyone can be a seller, and it basically allows you to buy and sell goods online on a peer-to-peer anonymous network using cryptocurrency. We have a default token of settlement, which is the PART token. It uses the Ring CT protocol, very similar to Monero. But we also basically have a completely third-party free experience. So, our escrow system is two-party only. If you kind of look at the way we're set up, that there is no metadata leak. There are so many different levels of privacy where if you deep dive our project, you'd be like, this is the ultimate private, not just marketplace. You can build your own marketplaces with your own goods. So this is the ultimate platform for vendors, drop shippers, people who desire anonymity. And on top of that, so I think there's a huge opportunity there because, we've got a little bit of liquidity going. Our product is already live. It's been running. It's well tested, audited. We've had, a couple of vendors on there selling gold, bullion, and various other items. It's funny that Tux is on there sort of talking about Monero. One of the more interesting things we've built is we realized we're not just about supporting one token and one project, we're about supporting other projects. So we actually went and built a DEX called Basic Swap DEX, which is, I think, the only DEX in the world that kind of utilizes scriptless scripts and currently supports bidirectional Monero atomic swaps, as well as, swaps for, other privacy-focused coins such as Firo, PivX, not Dash, not so much, but certainly Litecoin and a few other sort of project, and I won't name the others because we're doing the integrations for them. But certainly what we're looking at with our basic swap DEX is, we believe in KYC-free, anonymous cryptocurrency exchange, and we believe in integrating that into our marketplace to enable multi-currency support because we believe that our vendors and our consumers should have choice when it comes to the currency they wish to use. And certainly, it's funny that can you guys hear me still? Hello?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. So it's just, funny that this is a Cake Wallet event. We actually met you guys at Monerotopia when we presented Basic Swap DEX. So certainly one of the things we're looking forward to doing is, delivering our web framework so that we could do integrations into services like Cake Wallet and bring not only sort of multi-currency e-commerce support to, cryptocurrency and non-e-commerce support, privacy first e-commerce, but also, privacy first KYC free cryptocurrency exchange. We'd love to integrate our DEX into Cake Wallet and other providers. So, certainly stuff to look out for with our project in lots of big ways. We're very much at the cutting edge. So I thought I'd just bring attention, but certainly the current opportunities are there for e-commerce. If you want an alternative to Amazon or eBay or Etsy that does not spy on you, then our platform is definitely the way to go. And I think it's worth those in the audience deep diving. And if you're interested, just, spreading it around because it's very much a community driven project. And we are very much about collaboration. It's good to see Decred, by the way. First ever atomic swap we did was part DCR, and that was back in 2017. So thank you guys. You've been a part of our history as well. That's all I've got to say.
Oh, thank you so much, actually, for jumping in. I think that's a lot to take in. So I kind of, I nerd out every time I learn about some of these new systems. Obviously, I had a script and an idea, but I had no idea it would evolve so much about all the different ways that you can make money and be professional with crypto. Crypto, literally every single day it's not just like an ambiguous, like one singular technology. Everyone is building new platforms, entirely new ways to use crypto, and really making it useful. So yeah, even somebody like me who's pretty plugged in, learning stuff every day. So Particl.io, I was actually looking at it. Website looks amazing. I love the idea of the project. I think everyone at Quality.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
absolutely. I think everyone at Cake Wallet and the whole community would love this. So I'm going to find ways to champion this. But basically, to wrap it all up, similar, like in terms of making
Oh,
money, I think this is a great platform for people who, like, you're not selling a coin or working in crypto, but maybe you just want to sell goods and use crypto is another way. Like vendors, merchants, this is stuff that we as a whole community need to propagandize way more, that you can make a living and you can do things with crypto even if it's not literally developing cryptocurrency. So love the project, absolutely.
I was gonna say I remember Swap and Particle stuff promoted at Monerotopia, and I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm definitely gonna do that very soon because I remember taking a look at it briefly a couple times, and it looks like you guys are doing some serious stuff. And I really appreciate how you have full Monero support on Basic Swap because I know Monero isn't the end all be all. There's a lot of cool platforms out there that have like great like interface to use, great features, a lot of support, but they don't support Monero because of regulatory scares or like potential for it getting banned, whatever. But of course, your guys' swap is fully decentralized, so you don't have to worry about that as much. And being able to do atomic swaps with Monero is like game changing. And Particl is really cool too, creating a decentralized marketplace. That's impressive because I don't think anyone's done anything like that specifically before.
no, thank you very much. And honestly, it's just, I just want to say the Monero community has been so welcoming to us, and we're just really happy to be able to support you guys with what we're doing. So just again, Particl.io, but basicswapdex.com to those who are listening. Check it out. The development is really pushing through at a fast pace now. So thank you so much for just giving me the platform to speak. And yeah.
No, thank you so much. Definitely added to the education of the space. I mean, I learned something new today, and it just has me really excited. I know personally, since like Cake Wallet's really cool, they let me sometimes just literally make propaganda that's not even cake related. So anything that I can do to champion, I don't know, like these platforms, these different websites, and these new apps that just promote cryptocurrency, I need to do more. Like maybe Tuxedo, we should talk about it. Like maybe we could do a list video of like upcoming, emergent, awesome things you can do with crypto. I don't know. It could be anything, but we got to champion these things because I think that's the number one hurdle that crypto has is like, what can I do with crypto and how to utilize it, especially from like a merchant vendor perspective. So Particl is definitely a really exciting project there, and I'm sure there's way more. But just guys, keep in mind, there is stuff like this that exists. So if you just like drop shipping or I don't know, using AI to make stickers and sell them, I'm sure you can find a way to earn cryptocurrency through these processes. If not today, probably freaking tomorrow. Like, I mean, all this stuff is emergent and evolving. So really exciting stuff happening in the crypto space.
I'll mention MoneroMarket.io. It's a centralized service for selling and buying, so it's not going to have the resiliency of something like Particle, but it's a Monero only marketplace where you can just buy and sell stuff. And there's a surprising amount of listings for just like various different types of things, like anything from like stickers, shirts, food to bigger things like laptops, electronics, all that kind of stuff. And I've actually had successful transactions on there, so it's an interesting little platform.
It's just so exciting. And also, yeah, some people don't know this about crypto. Maybe you're thinking, okay, the crypto jobs that only exist are specifically with like a platform, maybe like Ethereum, or maybe you have to go into like a video game that's going to be Web3. There's so many opportunities for employment, if it's full time or maybe it's through freelance, what have you. There's so many opportunities of just random, I'm just going to call them apps or decentralized apps, or they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and you kind of got to hunt for them. So look for them. You'll find them stuff, Decred as well as Particl.io. These places exist. So it's not just wallets. wallets. But also on that line, it's not just things that are uniquely crypto, as in like Fidelity now, actually, I just saw yesterday had some crypto postings. I think maybe probably every bank probably has crypto positions open. A lot of video games are adding in crypto. That's actually how I got into crypto personally. So there's just, it's all over the place. You have crypto apps that are coming out of the woodwork and grassworks, and then you also have these long-lasting companies that are like, hey, crypto's pretty cool. And so they have positions open for that as well. I would, I don't know, I'm just going to throw this out here. I would maybe be very weary of NFT positions, as well as anything that looks like it's a flash in the pan or could be a rug pull, or, I mean, obviously, if you know crypto at all, you know what I'm talking about. Definitely got to do your due diligence and research. But if you do find a reputable company or something that has a unique freelance opportunity like Decred does, definitely worth trying. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, can't champion it enough. That is why I pushed to have this space, because more people need to work in crypto. It's pretty fun, and there's a lot of fun stuff happening here. And if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to add in about you trying to find a job in general, or getting into crypto as a hobby, what have you, we can have you jump in the space. Or again, you can write a comment and we will absolutely read that. Coming up soon, we have a segment on job hunting tips in crypto, as well as just in general the emergent tech fields that are happening. I've got a lot of cool tips that I think a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy. Otherwise, we'll continue to ask people to join onto the stage. And obviously right now, I got to say thank you all for joining the stage. Has been really educational, really powerful, and hopefully moving forward, it stays outside of the space as well. Like, I'm going to create propaganda. We'll make lists. We'll champion you guys as long as you guys champion us, and we're all championing the crypto space all together. What do NFT people like to say? It wag me. We're all going to make it. So, you can be wrong 99 times, but that 100th time, right? So, anyways, I'm really kind of shitting on NFTs, but anyways, there's some jobs in NFTs as well, and that's actually where I got started. So, regardless of your crypto experience, good or bad, you can absolutely comment it, type it, or join us on the stage here. Don't worry, it's all fun and games. But yeah, so I'll give a little bit of time for you guys if you have any questions or anything else you want to say. I'll give a minute, and then otherwise we'll go into the segment of tips and tricks.
I just want to say something that's really interesting. I know you've been ragging on NFTs a lot, but one thing I'm going to say is I have no interest in NFTs the way they are right now. But the day that someone actually gets the legal framework for tokenizing real estate is the day that I will become interested in NFTs. And I mean real world real estate, where I can buy microfractions of actual property and have legal ownership of real world properties. That to me is interesting. And that kind of goes into, my advice to people get in this space. If you're looking for a job, look at a project that you're actually interested in, and look at the areas you're interested in. When it goes back to what you said about the community will quickly tell you whether this is the right project for you or not, because you'll get a sense of whether this project, you walk into a forum, if you see loads of people complaining about how they've lost money or gotten scammed, or just where the project's going non-stop, that's probably not necessarily a bad vibe. And if you don't really see much in the way of constructive voices or reasoned arguments saying, okay, look, this is what we're doing to address this is how we're going to build this, that's not a good sign. If you go into a community and it's filled with people who are very much willing to engage, but when you talk to them, you can see a very clear, constructive argument for why this project is necessary, why this project's valuable. And I always say, if you want to know if a project is valuable or not, for me, the best measure of that is how convenient do you envisage it's going to make your life? Is it going to make your life more convenient in some way? If I can look back 30 years ago, if I could have bought shares in Google when I was a very young teenager, I remember using Google for the first time. And before that, you had Alta Vista, Netscape, Yahoo, and they're all cluttered interfaces. And you got to Google, streamlined. And I was and the day I discovered Google, that was the only search engine I used after that for a long time. And I thought to myself, well, that has made my life more convenient because it's made my search faster. It's made things faster. It's saved me time. Time is money. Convenience is money. So if the project you're getting into, if it has a very clear case for generating real world convenience, and that's different from necessarily the purpose of the use case. For example, you could have a project that I don't know. It's a hard sell. Okay, let's say you had NFTs in real estate, but if you had to go through about 30 different steps, including KYC, in order to acquire the token, the majority of people simply aren't going to bother. Whereas if you could have tokenized NFTs in real estate and it was literally one click, you now own as many tokens as you want of that, boom, instant ownership of property, massive convenience value. That's going to generate so much turnover, so much natural liquidity, so much flow of value that you know instantly whoever has achieved that has created something very valuable there. So I would say look for projects that deliver convenience, not just in terms of hypothetical use case, but in terms of the execution, the user interface, the end user experience, and look at that kind of shared vision and shared goal, because that's really what you want to have, is a consistent shared vision and understanding within that community about that use case, about the end goal. You know, a lot of the NFT communities and a lot of the crypto communities, they're all just pump and dump schemes who are like, yeah, this is going to 10x. Yeah, this is going to 100x. Yeah, we just got to market the shit out of this and it's going to go to the moon. No, actually, you look at the real underlying use case. I think privacy and e-commerce, for me, it is the antithesis of what Amazon provides. You know, you could look at Amazon, eBay, you can look at some of the anti-competitive practices that have been highlighted with them, where they've been analyzing, where they have a platform where they can analyze vendor activity and then see who's performing well, and then set up ways to essentially, build those same services and outcompete those guys. So I don't want to get into that, but what I'm trying to say is, a lot of what you said is very valid, and I think just looking for projects that provide convenience and have a clear-cut use case, and things that interest you, because if you're not interested in something, you're not going to commit to it, and if you're not going to commit to it, you may as well not be there. You're going to be half-hearted. You're probably not going to learn a huge amount. You're going to be bored. You need to be fully engaged in this field, because once you're fully engaged, that's when you really start learning. And that's when you start getting behind the curtain, as it were. So that's what I got to say on this topic.
That was an absolutely excellent addition. And for the NFTs, for real estate, I totally believe it. With the rise of REITs, real estate investment trusts, I definitely could, like, it seems like almost like obvious, but we'll see how that comes about. I would really appreciate it, especially as somebody who, like, I worked with NFTs. I want to see that technology work so bad, and I think a lot of people do, which is why they pump and then they dump. But I think overall, when more of those have actual real world cases, I know some people try to do tickets and things like that. When we see more of that, that's going to be really exciting. So even though, we can make fun of NFTs, but at the same time, there is still some work to be done there, and eventually it will come to fruition. But is it going to make you rich quick? Probably not. But there's some work to be done there, and probably some money to be made legitimately as a professional. So thank you so much, actually, for coming on to the space.